As Germany remains under COVID restrictions, conspiracy theories about the virus and the methods used to try and stop its spread have led to tempers flaring and at times boiling over into violence. New figures from the police show that there's been a rise in attacks on politicians. In 2020, the right-wing opposition Alternative for Germany party faced far and away the most attacks, with the Greens and the Social Democrats some way behind in second and third place. And it isn't just politicians that are seeing themselves targeted.
We are concerned that the threats and hostilities are steadily increasing. This applies to politicians, but also to other people, such as virologists, who are particularly visible in the media during the pandemic. We are registering attacks on journalists more and more often. Emotions are running high.
Almost half of the offences registered amounted to insulting behaviour. However, there were 17 cases of bodily injury, 7 cases of arson, 1 of attempted murder, and 1 involving explosives. Conspiracy theories involving COVID have been blamed as a catalyst for extremist behaviour.
Conspiracy ideologies create a justification for attacks. Sometimes there is only a spark missing, which is led by lone perpetrators.
It was the debate about how awful COVID is. And then I told them my story, that I had COVID and my uncle died from it. And then one guy, he was one of those people, he said, well, you're lying, and started harassing me. He told me, yeah, he's gonna track me down. And I was actually quite scared, but it was a really scary experience for me. Just because I told them my experience with the virus and they didn't believe me because it was in their brain that it's not that awful. And then hearing people who said that it's actually really hard to deal with it, they're starting to get really aggressive and harassing people.
The obvious explanation will always be the one provided by conspiracy theorists. And so these problems will be with us for a long time, and they will not only society, but also politics will have to find a way to deal with them in the coming years, because they can really rip apart a society at its seams.
On Wednesday, Angela Merkel will meet with the leaders of Germany's 16 states to discuss the prospect of extending the lockdown. Again, she's expected to face pushback from some local leaders who want to see restrictions lifted. And while most are concerned about things like when schools and hairdressers will open, there are those that are very worried about the radicalizing effect COVID conspiracy theories can have on a small minority.